Hello, this is Chad McMahon with Protect with Insurance. I'm here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona, and kind of here to just answer some questions about life insurance. I did receive a great question from a client of mine. I was going over some things. She had a policy that was written for her just 3 months ago, and I went over the policy that she had in place from the other agent, and it was not at all what she thought she was getting. She didn't understand that the policy that was written for her, she had to wait 2 years for the full coverage to kick in. It's called a guarantee issue life insurance policy. She didn't know that's what it was. There were some other things that came up as well. And so we were talking about it, and she just said, well, I mean, what's the easy way to know what I'm getting? How do I know, Chad, that what we're doing with you is what you say it is? And I said, well, there are some questions you always want to know to ask if the answers aren't already given. You want to ask, is the coverage starting right away? Sometimes the only way to go is with a guaranteed issue policy. In this case, I was able to put her into something that the coverage started right away, and the price was actually lower. So in this case, I was able to help her and put her into something better. And that's just because I have access to more companies than the other agent did. So you want to ask, does the coverage start right away? You also want to ask, is it a level policy? And what that means is, does the coverage and the cost of it, the coverage is how much the check size is going to be when something happens. The premium is, what is the payment? What is the cost of this per month or per quarter or per year? What's the cost of this? So the premium, the coverage, are they level? Meaning, are they ever going to change? Are they the same? Are they the same forever for the duration of the policy? Sometimes there's, and this is a rare amount of cases where it's going to need to be maybe a descending term or an ascending term or something like that. But 99.9% of what I help my clients with are level policies, level term, level whole life, final expense policies, level accidental policies. So you want to ask, is it level? You also want to ask, is it ever going to expire? Is this going to last forever? Whole life policies, they last forever. Term life insurance policies, they do expire at the end of the term. And there are a lot of things that you want to ask about. If it's going to be a term, you want to know, do I get my money back at the end of the term? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You also want to ask with your policies, are there any living benefits? That may sound really strange because we get life insurance, when we die, we know a check is going to go to our beneficiaries. It's going to take care of these things. It's going to pay off the mortgage. It's going to take care of cremation and burial costs. It's going to be a financial gift. It's going to be income replacement. So that may sound strange to ask about living benefits. And what living benefits are, here's the short version. Living benefits are if you get a chronic condition, if you get a critical condition, if you get a terminal condition, things like that you may get some or all of that money while you're still alive once you've received that diagnosis, which is going to be much needed money. Costs are going to flare up, and the last thing you want to do is worry about your mortgage payment or worry about whatever it may be. So especially if it's a larger policy, that can really add up. It might be a $200,000 or $300,000 policy. And that's some serious money, and that can make a big difference. So you want to ask, are there living benefits, or is it purely a death benefit? Something like an accidental policy, not always, but sometimes is purely death benefit. Sometimes there's disability that's added to it as well. With term policies, they can be either way. It can be purely a death benefit, or there can be living benefits. If it's whole life policy, same thing. Some policies are purely a death benefit, and some of them are going to benefit you while you're alive. Now also ask, does this accrue a cash value? If you don't know what that is, please check out my other videos talking about whole life in particular. It talks about cash value in more detail. So you want to ask, does it accrue a cash value? Or is this something that is just covering me, almost like auto insurance? It's covering you while you have it, and then it's gone when it's gone. The short version on that is generally whole life policies are going to accrue a cash value, which is a good thing. So those are some key questions you want to ask. Now, the other thing you want to do is, with your agent, you want to make sure they have a few things. One, they're very upfront about giving you their license number. This is not something you should feel embarrassed about asking for, and this is not something they should even for a split second hesitate to give you. Right away, they should say, of course, I'll give you my license number. They should have a badge. I carry a badge with me every appointment, It's clipped right to my shirt, has my license number right on it, has my photo ID, all my credentials. It's right there. Now, if you come into my office, you'll see it on my wall and it's framed. But we're not in my office most of my appointments. I come to you. I make it very easy. And so I carry it with me. I want to make sure that everything is above board. Everything is as clear as can be. And so you want to make sure that they have a badge. In fact, I would say if they show up at your front door and they don't have a badge on and you mention it and they don't say, oops, I forgot it, it's in my car. If they can clip it on real quick, that's okay. But if they don't have a badge anywhere that shows you their picture, their photo ID, their full name as it appears in their driver's license, and their license number, I would say you're probably off to a bad start with that agent. And you may want to reconsider the appointment. And everyone that's on my team is the same way. We require the same thing, that they have their badge, which has their photo ID, their full legal name, and it has their Arizona license number. We work hard to get this Arizona license number. It's approved by the Arizona Department of Insurance, and so we should be proud of it anyway. But you are owed that up front. So make sure that those things are in place before you move forward. Generally, you're going to have a more honest and seasoned agent when you have those things in order. So I hope that helps. Signing off here from beautiful Prescott Valley in Arizona. Any questions that you have about life insurance, please reach out to me. Check out my other videos. Anytime that you ask questions, I do my very best to answer those questions in the form of a video. So let them ride. I want to see them. Thank you, everyone. You have a good one. Take care.